everyone. Um, I saw on my Facebook that exactly 9 years ago I was living abroad. I was 17, I was studying high school, and I already had a dream to study abroad. And I could not wait to go abroad for experience that I was so lucky. And the year before my A levels in high school, I spent 5 months in Austria studying at different university, living in different city, and living in a host family, which has become actually my family ever since then. Um, and reflecting on, wow, what was it like 9 years ago when I firstly went abroad for 5 months, even though it was close, like geographically close, the language was different, the environment was different, the people I was meeting with, they were completely different. And many of you who follow me are either planning to study abroad, work abroad, or travel abroad for multiple months. And I realized that there are some traits, some personal um, personal traits which can make the entire international experience much more easier because we will be challenged sooner or later. So the first thing which is really extremely important is to say out loud if you need something. um, Even before going somewhere, reach out to people, ask for help, and say what you need. And once you're in the location in a new country, don't hesitate to ask for help. We're raised, and I feel kind of especially women and men as well. We feel like we need to manage it on our own. But the fact is, moving to a new country is really challenging. Sometimes there is the bureaucracy, language, new city. There are too many aspects. So if you are going abroad, I ask you, please don't be afraid, don't be shy, to ask for help, and because people will be really, most of the people will be really happy to help you if they see you're new, you're a foreigner, and it will make uh, the life there much easier. And also, you can make some really valuable friendships. So, this is extremely important. It's even more important than language skills. Of course, speaking the local language is extremely important. However, um, just speaking itself will not solve everything. So, definitely, I also recommend you if you're going to move for studies for a partner. Definitely take language courses and try to learn the local language, also to understand the mentality, because the language very often reflects the mentality. How do people actually express some things? However, speaking out loud when you need something and asking for help, it's so important. It's even more important also than the culture awareness. Of course, when we go to country which has a different religion, different ethnics, and then things are just different, I also recommend asking, not for help, but like clarify some things, because there might be so many misunderstandings, and it happens very often also here in Europe, where there are 50 countries, and sometimes we forget how diverse these countries are. So don't just assume that everyone feels and thinks the same as in your country. And this applies also in your country. Like, ask, what do you think? How does it? How should I interpret this? How do people behave? How should I react? And so on. Another aspect, if you're going abroad, it's very important, is the financial literacy. And this might be, first of all, you need to figure out what is the currency there, and also what are the prices in general, in order not to overspend for some things. And again, in countries, for example, on islands, the post office works just a little bit different than on the mainland, and so on. So if you're going to abroad, try to also think about these aspects, like what is mm, what are the financial transactions like? Can I pay by card everywhere? Do I need to withdraw a lot of money and bring cash? Um, yeah, what are the prices like? What is the conversion rate? What is the correct conversion rate? Um, because yeah, like if we sometimes underestimate these things, then maybe during a vacation we overpay a little bit. However, if we underestimate these things for half a year or for 2 years, like planning the financial things, then we can heavily overpay. I also recommend you to like make a good research of things like what is housing like, what are the contracts like, public transportation, the public services like offices, post offices, insurance, and so on. And those are things which you can easily research upon your arrival before you're actually going to the destination. Um, if you're going for Erasmus Mundus or any other program, then also it's great to be in touch, stay in touch with your colleagues and people from the university, which can also help you with the administration process because very often you need to handle visa, work permits, health insurance, and many administrative tasks, which comes with living abroad. And it's great to start solving these things as soon as possible because they might sometimes take a very long time to solve, especially with the visa, with the visa process. The other thing, which even me helped to go through so many international experiences, like Erasmus Mundus, but also I did some exchanges on my undergraduate and short trips and longer trips, is flexibility and adaptability. And if you're used to such some sort of standard in your country, don't always expect that you will go abroad and suddenly everything is going to be easier or better and you will earn more money and you will get everything better. Because honestly, this is one of the misconceptions people have when they go from the, let's say, more developing countries and they arrive to Europe. They suddenly think that they kind of think that everything is going to be way better. It is, but you need to work hard. And also, it is possible, or just be prepared for that, be adaptable and be flexible with that. That maybe at the beginning, your housing is not going to be the best, that maybe you will be living in a shared flat, that maybe you will have to take a underpaid job or not the best one, and you will need to study long hours. Just be flexible with what the life is going to bring you, but I swear, if you're going through such experience, like also eating your ego and realizing that you can go through everything, you will become much, much more resilient, much, much more stronger. You will learn a lot about yourself and it will build slowly but firmly your self confidence. And maybe you will even appreciate a lot of things in your country back home. So just stay flexible because new environment, new mindset, different social norms and so on. It can be challenging, but if you kind of think of this international experience as a game, it's just so much fun. I mentioned asking for help or reaching out to people. Living abroad, living in a new country, it's extremely important that you build a network. And I also recommend you, if you're going abroad, definitely it's nice to keep in touch with your family and your friends. But you need to realize that if you are every day calling with someone from your home country and you're living in new country, then you're kind of like on two different places, but not on even one fully. And I don't definitely suggest to abandon your friends and your family, but build friendships, nurture connections in the new destinations. And if you guys going through the Erasmus Mundus program, it's amazing because you will have 2 years to nurture these connections, your friendship with your fellow students, and in new environments every semester. So that's so important. Why? Because if you're going through some challenges, then you always have the network which will support you, which will understand also what are the challenges like. So we are humans, we are social beings, and that's why it's so important to have a good network, good community around you. It doesn't have to be big community, like even one quality friend is worth more than 100 average people who don't really know you. But really take the time. Sometimes we might think that we don't have enough time to like go abroad and go out and socialize, but the opposite is true. This is the most important thing. And sometimes when you meet some interesting people, it can bring you so much further. It can bring you so much experience, opportunities you cannot even imagine. And meeting people, yeah, it's so valuable when you're in a new environment. And one of the other things which is extremely important, I would say, apart from networking, is kind of like interpersonal, like soft skills, like how to deal with people, how to kind of like negotiate, manipulate. But I don't mean manipulation in the mean way, but how to actually understand people. How do people think? How do people? What are the people's needs? There is a perfect book, I guess you've heard about it, Dale Carnegie, How to Make Friends and Influence People. It's very nice and very old, but very good book about people. So I definitely recommend teaching, learning a lot about how people think. Here, definitely there is like a layer of the background. Every country has some differences, but generally people are kind of the same, having the same needs to survive, to have a nice time, to feed their kids, to pay the bills, and maybe having fun. So that's the other thing. When you're going abroad, even with friends, with family, or alone, it's extremely important to learn how to be alone. And alone doesn't mean lonely, but being alone, firstly, you will learn so much about yourself, but also when you're abroad, it will happen unless you're like living in a shared flat all the time and you go to work and then I'm immediately back home. But I still recommend you, if you have the opportunity, go abroad, and if you can, live by your own at least once in a lifetime. Like me, I'm living on my own for the first time ever, and I love it. I'm not sure that I would love to live alone for the rest of my life. Definitely not. I like the people, I like to be around the people all the time, but like it's so interesting to be alone. And if you're moving abroad, it might happen that you will be alone sometimes. And if you find the beauty in it, it's very calming. It's very nice. There are other aspects, of course, like if you're going to move abroad, like what's so important is to maintaining your health, doing exercises, sleeping well. I guess all these things also add up to the overall happiness, and it will kind of bring you back to your body, because we can be really stressed sometimes with all the changes and with all the challenges we have. But when you decide, okay, every morning I'm going to meditate, I'm going to journal, I'm going to read, just finding little micro habits first. Make me micro habits like 1 minute, 5 minutes, 1 hour. But these habits are so important in every stage of your life. But having habits in a new environment is like an anchor. It will always be there, and it's so important to do them even when you don't feel like it. And this is something I realized so much after traveling to over 70 countries, that if I don't have my routine, like at least like workout every day or like sleeping well, I kind of feel like all over the place, kind of anxious. And if I do eat well, if I sleep nicely, if I exercise, such simple things, I eat a lot of water, I drink less coffee, I feel so much better. And if we feel better, we do better things, we attract better people, and we have better results and just overall better life. Um, I would also recommend, if you're planning to live abroad or you're living abroad, uh, don't take it so much serious. Like, life is a game. Living abroad is a game. You know where you come from, you can always come back, but there is probably a reason why you've decided that you want to go and pursue this international experience. Whether it's for 1 month, 1 year, 10 years, lifetime, just take it as a game. And if you're facing some challenges right now, um, I swear in 1 year, in 10 years, in 5 years, you'll be just smiling and you will think like, yeah, this is what I've been going through. But it was a beautiful time, because our brain always makes, even like bad memories, it turns them into more positive one or neutral ones. So this is the nice thing about our mind, actually. Um, yeah, guys, this was everything about preparing life abroad. I might have some big changes in my life as well. I will keep you updated if it's going to be confirmed. I will definitely keep you updated. And I would love to invite you to my Patreon community, which is a community where I share exclusive content. So I share this content at YouTube, but I give you extra insights into my life, into the life of Erasmus Mundus and other scholarship holders. And I am helping people to live abroad, study abroad, and like being the global citizen. Um, Now we will focus a lot on preparing the application and making the perfect motivation letter, preparing all your documents, and then once like you submit the documents, we will be talking about the financial preparation and so on. So there will be a lot of things to cover. It's going to be a very cozy place where we can get more personal, more than here on YouTube, because not everything I can share here on YouTube or not publicly. And the nice thing about Patreon is that I try to make it very very affordable for everyone. So it doesn't matter if you're from Indonesia or if you're from the Switzerland. I believe that it's affordable for everyone, and that you don't need like a lot of money to join, because it's on a monthly basis. It's on a monthly subscription, and I'm really really looking forward to see you there, see you here on YouTube as well. And I have a lot of ideas again to create and to share with you. And yeah, this has been everything. And I wish you a beautiful day. And I'm looking forward to see you in the future. Bye bye.